In this video, I'm going to be telling you everything you need to know about like your closure types, your frontal types, basically everything you need to know before you make that closure purchase, right? So just sit back, relax, and enjoy. Are you one of those people that when someone walks up to you to ask or to admire your hair and ask you about, your hair specifications or, the type of closure you're using, you start to stutter and you're like, I don't really know. Or are you new to hair and you just want to know more about hair? Well, that means the video is for you. Basically, both frontals and closures are those laces that you see in front of wigs that makes it look realistic or makes it look like it's growing from your head. That's if it's well, well sewn or well put together. There are different types of wigs or different types of closures and the different types of frontals depending on what you're looking for. You have what they call the 2x6, the 2x4, the 5x5, 6x6, 7x7, 8x8, depending on what you're looking for. Then you also have frontal wigs, that's a 13x6 and a 13x4. This is an example of a 2x4 closure. That means that it is 2 inches wide and 4 inches long, right? So now this is how this wig looks like, right? It is a bob wig, as you can see, and it is a 2x4 closure wig. When you're new to the wig lifestyle, right, it's always advisable for you to get the 2x4 closure, and that's the one I showed you on the wine wig. That's because you don't need too much. You don't need to do too much when you are when you just need a lace closure to mimic your hairline, or you just want something that you can easily, you don't need to style so much. You just put it on your wig, make sure it's looking nice, well laid and well flat, and you're good to go. Now the second the second closure on this face is going to be a 2x6 closure. Now this is what a 2x6 closure looks like, right? That means it is 2 inches wide. When you use your tape rule, it is 2 inches wide, right? 2 inches wide and 6 inches long, right? So now 2 inches wide, 6 inches long. This is also, if you're familiar with the name Kim K closure, right? There was a time when Kim Kardashian was, literally always parting her hair like to the middle of her head. That's how a 2x6 closure looks like. Now, let's assume wig life has levels, right? From level 1 to level 10. Now, once you are a beginner, when you just get introduced into the wig lifestyle, you're basically a level 1 body, and then that's when you are advised to get a 2x4 closure. Move on to level 2, level 3. That's when you go to the 2x6 closure. Now it gives a very not really realistic. Well, if you style it well, it gives you a realistic look. However, if you do not know how to style your hair very well, a 2x6 would not really be advisable, but it's usually very beautiful. Like I said, I'm going to leave a picture here just so you know what I'm talking about. This right here is what is called a 4x4 closure. That means that when you put your tape rule here, it is 4 inches. Can you see? It's 4 inches long and 4 inches wide. Now this is a 4x4 closure. This hair I'm carrying right here, or this hair I have on right now, is also a 4x4 closure. Given the level that we're talking about, so once you've graduated from like 2x4 and 2x6, you can then come to 4x4 closure. There are about 3 at least major advantages of 4x4 closure. It gives you this very natural look. You can see how I look right now. When you style your hair very well, you can actually make it look like it's your hair typically, right? It's also very easy to maintain. It doesn't stress you. It's very easy to style, and it's also very affordable. It also gives you a natural look. So yes, this is how a 4x4 closure looks like, and this is how a 4x4 closure wig looks like on my head. Next week on the list is going to be a 5x5 closure. Now this is a 5x5 closure. That means that it is 5 inches wide. It is 5 inches wide and also 5 inches long. This is another 5x5 closure. This one is an old wig. It's an old closure. So it is 5 inches long and 5 inches wide. Can you see? So 5x5 closures are, for me, one of the best closures ever. That's because it gives you this very put together look. Hear me out. If you do not like the fuss that comes with frontal wigs, or you do not want to style, you do not want to have to sleep on your hair when you're going out, a 5x5 closure is the best closure for you, right? So I'm going to put a picture here as usual, right? And 5x5 closures are one of the best in terms of maintenance also. Of course, a 5x5 closure will require that you put in a little more effort in styling. In the wig level chart we're talking about now, if you own a 5x5 closure, you should be around level 5 to level 6. I mean, that's because you have to put in more time to style. Now, it's also on your head, it's like this. This is 5 centimeters wide on your head, so it gives you a wider range of lace closure or lace to work with, right? So it gives you a more realistic look, increased flexibility, and it gives you an increased means of styling, and then it also gives you some sort of durability. Now, if your wig is, you know, always moving, is not snug, and that's because maybe you don't know how to, like, you know, put your 4x4 closure in place, the 5x5 closure is actually more secure. However, you have to get a good stylist to help you wig your hair properly. That way you're able to enjoy the 5x5 closure perfectly. So the next wig or the next closure on the lace is going to be frontal laces. Frontals are so beautiful. Yes, I know everybody likes the look of a frontal, but nobody likes the hard work that comes with frontals, right? Now, there are two major types of frontals that we have, or frontal laces that we have. Now, we have a 13x6 and a 13x4. Now, the 13x6 means that, now this lace I have here with me was a 13x6, but it was actually cut because of this hairline. It makes it look like it's a 13x4. But anyway, when you hear 13x6 or whatever number you have or hear about a lace or a frontal, just imagine that the higher number, like 13, is the width, and then the lower number, that's in terms of frontal, the higher number is the width, and then the higher number is the width, and then the lower number is the length. Meaning that 13 means ear to ear. From here to here is going to be 13, while from here to here is going to be 4. That's for a 13x4 closure. Now, using this particular lace, for instance, right? This right here is please hold on. This right here is 10.5, and that's because this is my own particular head size. Sorry, my ear to ear head size is, my ear to ear is 10.5. However, when you buy the lace new, you might get like a 13x6 or 13x4. So that means it is 13 inches wide and then 4 inches, you know, long. So now the difference between a 13x6 or a 13x4 is that it's usually just in the pattern. Now, when they install the hair will obviously, you know, be from your ear to your ear, right? However, for a 13x4, the pattern is usually just from your hairline to like 4 inches. Your hairline here to 4 inches. While 13x6 means your hairline to 6 inches. So the major difference between the frontal 13x4 and the 13x6 is just in the pattern. So if you're a girly that likes you know, long patterns, then if a 13x6 is the best for you. That's if you want the whole put together look. However, the disadvantages for frontals is usually in the fact that you have to take so much time in styling, and if you're somebody who is always on the go, a frontal is not going to be the advisable one for you. I would always advise that you go for like maybe a 5x5 or a 6x6, which is the wider one. But if you want to own a frontal, you have to have, you know, certain tools, certain hair products in place. You have to have enough time to style the hair. That way it looks like you want to put something ugly on your head, obviously. So a frontal might not be a good advice for somebody who is always on the go. However, if you have time, or you know, you can always opt for a frontal wig or a frontal look. So now there are 4 major advantages of a frontal wig, and that's because, first of all, they give you the full hairline, just like this picture here. Now, you know, it's ear to ear, like I said, and it just makes it look like it's literally growing on your head. This is a closure wig, and you see when I do like this, you can see this hair is very full. So in case you're not seeing the sides of the hair, if I was using a frontal wig, for instance, it's going to look like, you know, it is from my head, like it is on my head, it's going from my head, right? So that's like an advantage of a frontal wig. It also gives you a higher chance of styling. It gives you better room for styling. So you can part your hair here, you can part your hair here, you can part your hair by the side, right, center, left, whatever you want to do. You can also make it as a ponytail as far as you're using a frontal wig, and as far as you have a frontal wig and it is well styled, you can part it anywhere. Now it also, the third advantage is that it gives you a very seamless blend, right? Like I said, it has to be well laid, it has to be not exactly professionally done, because you can lay your frontal by yourself, but you have to do it so seamlessly that it has to blend really well. That way it looks beautiful. If it's not well blended, then you are going to look ratchet, in my opinion. Now the fourth advantage of a frontal might be controversial to a lot of people, and that's because some people believe that it also helps to, you know, protect your hairline. Well, sometimes I can agree, other times I would actually disagree. Now I disagree because the fact that you're going to use you know, glue on your hair or your hairline before laying the frontal means that there's a possibility that what did I just say? There's a possibility that it cuts your edges. However, if you are literally just maybe like spraying it with maybe got to be melting spray and, you know, laying it well, when you use the glue, the possibility of you carrying the hair for a longer time is higher. I mean, because you don't want to apply glue, go out, come back, remove the glue, go out the next day, you know, applying glue continuously. No, I think that's a lot of hassle. But if you're just going to use melting spray, you can literally just carry it for like 1-2 days and then you can remove your hair. So you literally just need maybe water or alcohol to remove the melting spray. So that's when some people actually argue that frontals protect the hairline. However, it's actually a situation, so we can agree to disagree. It protects your hairline, it doesn't protect your hairline. I don't know. But basically frontals look beautiful only when they're well styled. So I hope you've been able to learn 1 or 2 things from this video, or when you see different closures, you can then differentiate between a 2x6, a 2x4, a 5x5, a 4x4 closure, 6x6, 7x7 as the case may be, and a 13x6 and a 13x4. I hope I've been able to also educate new bodies in the house, or people who are now, you know, who are looking to get into the wig life properly. Thank you for watching, guys, and if you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a very big, fat, thick thumbs up, and please like, comment. I'd like to see your comments in the comment section. So comment, like, share, and don't forget to subscribe. See you in my next one, guys. Bye.